how do you approach these last couple games before the break? And I know that sometimes the dangerous game is the 1 foot out the door game, and now you've got a couple of them here back to back.
Well, we preach daily habits to our guys, and we've been doing that since we've got together in June. And so we've got to depend and rely on those habits. They need to show up for us every day in practice, and then that will carry over to the game. So I know our guys are, they understand why we're in the spot that we're in, and it's because we've counted on those habits, especially defensively and rebounding the ball, being tough with the basketball. And so we're going to have that same intentional mindset, but my job is to keep our focus on what's right in front of us one day at a time, and we've been okay at that up to this point, so we don't plan on deviating now.
Is this a fun time of the year to coach when the finals are over and you've got about a month there where they can maybe focus a little bit more on basketball?
Absolutely. For the young men in our program, we hold them to a high standard on what they do academically as well as on the basketball court, and it's very time-consuming, both with the work that we require and what is required for their schoolwork. So there's a lot on their plate, and now we have, from essentially December 17 until January 17 to really lock into the basketball things, the development piece, which we believe we really will hang our hat on now and as we move forward to get those guys better, and we trust our process and how we do that. So our goal now is to lock in and do the best that we can over that break, and so that we do that process better than those we play.
You've gotten some time on ESPN. I just listened to you on a podcast the other day. What is all this attention you guys are getting for this good start? What does that do for your program?
I mean, it's nice for our guys to validate the things they're doing every day and what they're working on for sure. Maybe it helps in recruiting as well, that folks, see us have some success. I hope more than anything, what people can take away, regardless of the outcomes of the games, is that how we're going to run our program, what this program will be about, the effort-based things that we're going to do every single day. And so whether it's fans, alums, recruits, or anybody on the outside who's evaluating us, our hope is that they would say, these guys love playing basketball for Iowa State. They care about being a Cyclone, and they're going to play with that passion every time they take the floor.
The defense and rebounding, that body of work kind of speaks for itself so far, but what are some things maybe offensively that you're kind of reshaping or retooling?
Well, when we've been the most effective offensively, it's been when we've got scores in transition. And sometimes we aren't as intentional defensively to get the stops we need to allow us to push in transition. So I think that starts with getting those baskets on 3-on-2s, 4-on-3s. We weren't able to do that last game, and we need that as part of our offense. Then we get down to the half court, and I believe that physicality and having the staying power to last a possession is what's going to make us successful. When we're not able to attack in transition, it's almost like we need to take a deep breath and say, now we're going to outlast you, we're going to outwill you, we're going to try to break your spirit with cutting, screening, smart passing, and then taking what the defense presents. So it's just an intentionality to doing that and doing it to the best of our ability throughout the course of the game.
All your guys who are coming off the bench have been starters at one time or another in their career. How much do you admire the way that they've handled the idea of coming off the bench and bringing that same energy that you would demand of them as a starter too?
Well, as we've evaluated guys to come into this program, we want guys that are mature, that are self-aware, and also guys that know, what they can bring to the team, and that doesn't always mean the personal glory, or the starting, or the accolades. And so we've been really fortunate with all of those guys, whether it's Robert, Trey, Caleb, Jazz, that are all part of our rotation, that they come in and they treat it like they are a starter. They know that we need them. They know that we have to depend on them, and that they need to be production driven. And so it's been great, because I felt like there's been a lot of games we go to the bench and we get better. There's been other games we go to the bench and we have a different ingredient, maybe not better or worse, but just something different that we bring to the table. So I'm really proud of those guys. I'm proud of their character. I'm proud of their team first attitude, because it allows us to have great balance with our lineup.